fall 2024. A retired contractor walks into a dealership outside Orlando looking for something simple. He's 68, still does light carpentry jobs on weekends, hauls yard waste to the dump, tows a 14-foot boat twice a month to the coast. He wants reliable, he wants cheap to fix, he doesn't want monthly software updates or a touchscreen that looks like a control panel from a 787. The salesman, young enough to be his grandson, walks him past the Ford F-150s and straight to a display with brochures showing trucks parked in front of perfectly staged lake houses and spotless garages. The pitch is smooth, advanced safety tech, luxury interior, modern features that make driving easier. The contractor nods politely, then asks a question the kid wasn't expecting. Which one costs the least to keep running after the warranty's done? Silence. The salesman blinks. Nobody asks that anymore. But here's the thing. That contractor just asked the only question that actually matters. And the answer isn't what most seniors hear when they walk onto a dealer lot. Most reviewers skip over this. I'm not going to. When you're on a fixed income and you need a truck that works, not one that impresses anyone, the game changes. It's not about horsepower or payload ratings or whether it has massaging seats. It's about three things. Will it start every morning? Can I afford to fix it when something breaks? And can I get parts without waiting 3 weeks for a dealer to order them from another state? Here's where it gets really interesting. The trucks that get recommended to seniors, big, luxurious, brand new, are almost always the wrong choice. What dealerships push and what actually makes sense for someone who's retired, living on Social Security or a pension, and just needs a dependable workhorse. Two completely different animals. I've spent years talking to people who bought trucks late in life and regretted it, and I've talked to just as many who bought the right one and drove it for 15 years without sweating a single repair bill. The difference comes down to knowing what you actually need versus what someone's trying to sell you. Let me be clear up front. This isn't about buying the cheapest truck you can find. Cheap brakes. This is about value, about trucks that were engineered to last, that use common parts you can get at any AutoZone that mechanics actually know how to work on without plugging in a $4,000 diagnostic computer. And the three trucks I'm about to walk through, they all share one thing in common: low maintenance costs over the long haul. We're not talking 5 years, we're talking 10, 15, the kind of ownership timeline that matters when you're not planning to trade up every 3 years. First truck is the Toyota Tacoma, specifically models from the 2005 to 2015 generation. You've heard the name, everyone has. But do you know why it shows up on every best trucks list? It costs just $6,996 to maintain and repair during the first decade of ownership, beating the industry average for that segment by $2,692. That's not marketing. That's verified data pulled from millions of repair invoices. The average annual repair cost is $478, which means it has lower than average ownership costs. While repairs tend to be more severe than average, the number of those issues is low. So major repairs are uncommon for the Tacoma, and that right there is the difference. When something does go wrong, and eventually something will, it's fixable without writing a check that makes you rethink your retirement. Why does the Tacoma cost so little to maintain? Simple engineering. The 4.0 liter V6 engine under the hood and either a 5-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual transmission for the shifting are proven, overbuilt designs. Like, Toyota wasn't trying to squeeze every last horsepower out of a turbocharged 4-cylinder. They built an engine that runs under stress, stays cool, and doesn't blow head gaskets at 80,000 miles. The transmission is hydraulic, not a continuously variable nightmare with a belt that turns into metallic confetti at 90,000 miles. Everything's designed to be serviced, not replaced. Oil changes are straightforward. Brake pads are cheap. Sensors don't fail because there aren't 17 of them monitoring every square inch of the engine bay. You can find used Tacomas with 200,000 miles still running the original drivetrain. That's not luck, that's intentional design. But here's what nobody tells you about the Tacoma. It holds value like almost nothing else in the truck market. CarEdge reports the Tacoma retains roughly 78% of its value after 5 years, ranking second among popular vehicles tracked in their study. That means when you do sell it, maybe you're downsizing, maybe you're moving closer to family and don't need a truck anymore, you're not losing half your money. You're getting most of it back, and that changes the math completely. The real cost of ownership isn't just what you pay up front, it's what you lose when you sell. With the Tacoma, you lose less than almost anything else. Now let's talk about the Honda Ridgeline. I know, it doesn't look like a traditional truck. It's built on a unibody platform like an SUV, not a body-on-frame design like an F-150. Truck purists hate it. But if you're a senior who needs a truck bed for Home Depot runs, a little towing capacity for a camper or a boat, and a ride that doesn't beat you up on the way to the grocery store, the Ridgeline is one of the smartest buys on the market. The Honda Ridgeline will cost you $8,844 for maintenance and repairs over the first decade of ownership, with a 25.03% chance of needing a major repair over the first 10 years. The average total annual cost for repairs and maintenance on a Honda Ridgeline is $502 compared to an average of $548 for mid-size trucks. It's cheaper to maintain than most sedans. The secret to the Ridgeline's low maintenance cost? Honda's 3.5 liter V6 engine. It's the same engine that powers the Honda Pilot and the Passport. The 3.5 liter V6 engine is famous for reaching the 200,000 mile mark and often far beyond, with nothing more than routine maintenance, no turbochargers to fail, no direct injection carbon buildup nightmares, no timing belts to replace every 100,000 miles. It uses a timing chain that lasts the life of the engine. The transmission is a 9-speed automatic that's been refined over years of production. It's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it works, and it keeps working. And here's what makes the Ridgeline especially good for seniors. And if the ride is smooth, you're not climbing 3 feet off the ground to get in. The truck bed has an in-bed trunk, a lockable storage compartment under the bed floor. That's perfect for keeping tools, emergency supplies, or anything else you don't want sitting out in the open. The 3.5 liter V6 engine produces 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, delivering smooth acceleration and enough towing capacity for most users. You can tow 5,000 pounds. That's enough for a small camper, a boat, a utility trailer loaded with firewood. And because it's a Honda, parts are everywhere. Any mechanic in the country can work on it. You're not stuck going to a dealer and paying $140 an hour for labor. The third truck is the one people forget, the Ford Ranger, not the new one, the one from 2019 and later. CarEdge says it'll cost you less than $3,500 over 5 years for maintenance, and RepairPal puts the average yearly maintenance cost at $615. That's lower than a full-size F-150. The Ford Ranger reliability rating is 4.0 out of 5.0, which ranks it third out of 7 for mid-size trucks. The average annual repair cost is $615, which means it has average ownership costs. The severity of repairs is average and the frequency of those issues is low, so major repairs are uncommon for the Ranger. It's smaller than an F-150, easier to park, easier to maneuver, and still capable enough to do everything most seniors need a truck to do. The Ranger uses Ford's 2.3 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. Now I know what you're thinking. Turbochargers fail, they do, but this particular engine has been in production since 2015 and has proven itself reliable when maintained properly. The key is following the service schedule. Oil changes every 5,000 miles, not 10,000. Use quality synthetic oil. Don't ignore the maintenance reminder. Do that, and the EcoBoost will run for 200,000 miles without major issues. The 10-speed automatic transmission is shared with the F150, and while early models had some software issues, those have been addressed with updates. If you're buying used, you want a 2021 or newer model. Those have the refined transmission calibration. What makes the Ranger a good senior truck size? It's not a monster. You can fit it in a normal garage. You can park it at the grocery store without taking up 2 spaces. But it still has a 6-foot bed, which is enough for lumber, mulch, a riding mower, whatever you need to haul. It can tow up to 7,500 pounds. That's more than the Ridgeline. And because it's a Ford, parts are cheap and available everywhere. Any shop can work on it. You're not dealing with specialty tools or hard to find components. It's a truck designed to be serviced by normal mechanics at normal prices. Now let's talk about what to avoid. The Ram 1500. I know it's popular. I know it rides nice. I know the interior is plush, but the Ram 1500 is one of the least reliable pickup trucks on the market, with an abysmal reliability score, riddled with dependability issues throughout the years, with the most recent model suffering from issues with its built-in electronics and build quality. Electronics fail, transmissions have issues, and when they do, you're looking at dealer-only repairs with bills that can hit $3,000 or more. If you're retired and on a fixed income, that's a financial disaster. The Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra with the 5.3-liter V8 are better choices if you need a full-size truck. But even those have cylinder deactivation systems that can fail and cost $2,500 to repair. You're better off with a mid-sized truck unless you absolutely need the extra capability. Here's what I want you to understand. Buying a truck as a senior isn't about getting the newest model with all the bells and whistles. It's about buying something that'll still be running 15 years from now without bankrupting you in the process. The Tacoma, the Ridgeline, and the Ranger all deliver on that promise. They're not flashy. They're not loaded with technology you don't need, but they start every morning. They don't break. And when they do need service, the bills don't make you sick. One more thing, when you're shopping, don't let a salesman talk you into a brand new truck. Buy used. Let someone else take the depreciation hit. A 3-year-old Tacoma or Ridgeline with 40,000 miles is just getting broken in. You'll pay half what the original owner paid, and you'll still get another 150,000 miles out of it. That's the smart play. That's how you make your money work for you instead of giving it away to a dealer who's trying to hit his monthly sales target. The contractor I mentioned at the beginning, he didn't buy what the salesman recommended. He walked out, did his research, and came back 2 weeks later with cash for a 2013 Tacoma with 95,000 miles. 5 years later, it's still in his driveway, still hauling lumber, still towing his boat, and he spent less than $1,200 on repairs. That's the kind of ownership experience you want, not the one where you're calling a tow truck and writing checks to the service department every 6 months. You know what you're buying and know what it's actually going to cost you before you sign anything.